That's what you have.
Good morning, Web Spiders. Today is Tuesday, March 19th, 2019, and it is IREAD testing day for all of our third grade students. So for those of you that don't know what this test is, this is a test that the Department of Education in the state of Indiana has. Every single third grade student in the entire state of Indiana has to take this test, and you have to pass the test showing that you're a reader. They're very basic reading skills. And if you wouldn't pass the test, that tells us, oh my goodness, we need to work a little bit harder on our reading. So we would help you with summer classes or some different interventions here at school to make sure that you have the skills that you need. But our third graders are going to rock this test. So at about 8:30 this morning, right at the end of fourth grade specials, I will come over the announcements, and I will have you guys all come out into the hallway downstairs, and we'll have our third graders come through, and we'll give them all high fives and wish them good luck on their test, okay? So that'll be awesome. We're going to talk about integrity for a minute, because I love this little paragraph that Mrs. Clendening gave me on integrity. So just listen to this. When people choose a leader, one of the most important character traits they look for is integrity. We want to know that our principal, that's me, our mayor, and our president are going to make good decisions, not to become famous or popular, because it's the right thing to do. Sometimes leaders make mistakes, just like everyone does. We all make mistakes. But if they have integrity, they admit their mistake, and they try to make things right. Children and adults with integrity are the very best leaders. See, guys, it's not about being right all the time or thinking you have all the answers. It is about doing your very best, admitting when you've made a mistake, fixing that mistake so that we all learn and grow as a result of it. That's integrity. So just remember, if you want to be successful one day in your job, if you want to be a leader, you have got to have integrity. You have to do what's right even when no one is watching. So let me reflect on the morning, because we have a rule at Web that we're not supposed to really visit. You're supposed to go straight to class or straight to the cafeteria for breakfast. The only stop you can make is bookstore. However, this morning I counted about it was over 20, because I think I quit counting at 20. Over 20 students that were standing in doorways visiting with teachers, and it wasn't their path to their classroom. So, for example, if you're a fourth grade student going to Mrs. David's class, you probably wouldn't go down the first grade hallway to go to your class, because you go down the second grade hallway and go up the stairway that's closest to Mrs. David's class. Yet I saw fourth graders in front of Mrs. Clendening's office, and I saw fourth graders in the first grade hallway that didn't go to breakfast. That doesn't make sense, and that is not integrity. Now, I know a couple of you check in with Mrs. Clendening. If you have an agreement with an adult in the building, that's different, okay? But if you don't have an agreement with an adult in the building, you're supposed to go straight to breakfast or straight to class. And if you do that, you have integrity. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I did check the birthday list. We don't have any birthdays today, but my guests are really excited for you to see them. So I'm going to let you see that I have some Mrs. Honeycutt second graders in my studio right now, but I'm going to do a clock lesson, and then I'm going to let them introduce themselves. So I did a little bit different twist, because, when I look at this, I'm going to move this just a little bit. It gets a little bit off. When I look at this, gosh, that small hand, the little hand's on 4, and the big hand's on 5. That small hand is really on the 4. So then I go, is it 4 something? Is it 3 something? Not quite 4. So you got to look really carefully. That little hand isn't exactly on that 4 tick, which means it's 3 something. But it is super duper close to 4 o'clock, isn't it? So let's see just how close to 4 o'clock it is. We're going to count how many minutes after 3 that it is. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. So it is 3:55, 55 minutes after 3 o'clock, or to challenge your brain, it is 5 minutes until 4, or 5 till 4. Woo, that was kind of a tough one this morning. All right, let's look back at our studio guests. Start right here. Tell us who you are, please.
My name is Dean Genevieve, and I'm from Miss Honeycutt's class.
My name is Caroline, and I'm in Mrs. Honeycutt's class.
My name is Emma Lucy, and I'm from Miss Honeycutt's class.
My name is Lizzie Corner, and I'm from Mrs. Honeycutt's class.
I'm Elizabeth Cappy, and I'm from Mrs. Honeycutt's class.
I'm Nicholas Taylor from Miss Honeycutt's class.
And at this time, if you would stand and push your chair in, let's have a moment of silence. Would you hold the flag for us this way? Okay, here we go.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Nice job. Okay. You guys gonna show integrity today?
Yeah.
Does anyone have an example of how they're going to show integrity?
Use your manners.
Oh, I love it. Use your manners. What else?
Always say please and thank you.
Oh, and that's kind of using your manners too, isn't it? But please and thank you are good reminders. Yep.
Being quiet in the cafeteria.
Oh, yeah.
While others are being really loud.
Yeah. Yesterday, did you try to regulate your voice? I hope so. I always pretend I'm in a fancy restaurant when I'm in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
And in a fancy restaurant, if you've ever eaten in one, it's never noisy. You hear people talking. You hear a buzz, but you don't hear what they're saying. So I always kind of pretend I'm in a fancy restaurant.
And when all the others are being really, really loud, I always try to keep it down because I know that I'm going to go to the table that you have to eat by yourself.
Oh, yeah, that's any fun, is it? Okay,
because then
so
you don't
sometimes
have
if
to
you
fight
don't have integrity, you get punished. Ooh, I don't like that. We're going to do our creed, and then we're going to do a little special cheer for our IREAD testers. So let's do our creed first. Here we go.
I am a member of the Webb family. I take pride in myself and my school. I promise to do these things every day. I will only say positive things about myself and others. I will respect and trust others. I will insist on giving my personal best. I will discuss and listen actively. I will expect and give truth and honesty. I am glad to do my part to make Webb School a place where everybody is somebody special. Rock that test!
Okay, they're wishing you well, third grade, to rock that test. Make it a great day in the Webb. Have integrity. Please have integrity. And as always, make sure you are
Doing it right.
Have a great day, Spiders.